the people that have had some serious success in their career, the theme is exactly the same. They say, you can't expect to sound like essentially them on your first release, or you like that people like always chasing, oh, what plugin do I need to buy, what microphone do I, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter. It's like the fact that I have 35 years of experience hearing 600,000 songs and working on 5,000
Right.
songs, like that. It's like, that's why I can do what
It
I can do. It's not the plugin. It's just, it's so
it is
interesting.
it is it's the hours put in. It's always the hours put in. Because I
Hmm.
I tell people this too. Like you could watch 100,000 hours worth of tutorials on YouTube or pay for them, whatever. And if you're just watching 100,000 hours and then you go and sit down, you're not going to be any better than
Hmm.
when before you watch those tutorials. Because
Yeah.
you have to like figure out how to apply certain things. It's trial and error. You're gonna try things. It's not gonna work. You're gonna find what does. You're gonna find your own favorite plugins. You know what I mean? I used to watch some of these tutorials when I first started, and I was like, what's the best way to mix, a kick drum or a vocal or whatever? And then I'm like skipping through, and it's like an hour-long thing of these small tweaks, and I just didn't have the patience for it, right? So I'd skip
Hmm.
to the end, and I'd listen to it, and I'd be like, I don't even like the way that sounds. Like, that's just not the way I like the way, because mixing is just a preference. It's
Hmm.
it's not one right way to mix anything. There's
Hmm.
not. And so some people like drums pushed more. Some people like music way back or way forward. I mean, it's just all kinds of different preferences and styles and mixing. So you just have to find your sound and how do you like the kick to sound? How do you
Yeah.
like the drums and the vocals to sound and all, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think personally the beauty of putting out so much music is the fact of like, this song requires A, this song requires B. So like, this song that I'm releasing right now might require front heavy drums, while this one might not have any
Right.
drums. And like learning how to
Right.
balance the songs totally different. Like where if you just do this one song for 2 years, you're only gonna get decent at that one thing. But you're trying all these different things and genres and synths and
Totally.
strings, and
I think
it's
just
so
growing
interesting.
as a globe, like all around being versatile as a musician,
Hmm.
being able to do different things, you know what I mean? I think that is important, you know what I mean? Like you just said, learning how to do several different styles or just knowing theory. Like, dude, I use theory every day in my head. Like that's like I'm big on that. Like that's so important. And people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't need to know that. But like even when you're tuning vocals, like you have to know the key of the song to know which notes. Oh, that's not even in the key of the scale. You know what I mean? Like what note are they trying to sing? And like all that stuff, man, is like important to incorporate globally and
Absolutely.
into music. You know?
I couldn't relate more to that. Absolutely, man.